Alright, so we're doing another battle report featuring the Necrons. However, I will not be commanding them today. My brother is back, the Eldar player, but the Eldar are in a bit of a state of repair, but it's on the project list. So Eldar will definitely be returning to the channel within a few months, hopefully, if all goes as planned. But he wants to give the newly painted up Necrons a go. So it's going to be the same 1,500 point list that I featured in the last battle, but I'll go over the list anyway for you. So it is 2 patrol detachments of Mefrit Dynasty. In the HQ slot between them, there's a total of 4 HQs, and they're all right here. So we have the Overlord with the Tachyon Arrow and the Arrow of Infinity Relic. He's Thrall the Silent King, and he's the Warlord. A Royal Warden, just kitted out as is. Scorched Lord, the Chronomancer with the Veil of Darkness. I spent the 1 CP to get the extra relic. Then we have, in the troop slots, 2 units of warriors, 20 with flayers and 20 with reapers. So you can see the reapers here. Flayers over on this side. 2 units of scarabs, 1 with 5 and 1 with 6. And then 1 unit of Scorched destroyers, of 6 of them with 2 reap blades, the larger ones. Then 3 spiders with gloom prism. That'll be represented by the little Lodu crawling there, just for model purposes. And then they all have the twin particle beamers, and that is 1,500 points of Necrons. Alright everyone, I am back to playing Tyranids here. So I have 1,500 points for playing in this. I brought a Kraken Detachment. I just thought it'd be fun to bring that. You know, maybe Behemoth could have been pretty decent. But here we go. So looking at my HQ slot, I got the old One Eye, the old classic model. So it's been a long time since I brought him out. Got a Flying Hive Tyrant with wings, adrenal glands, 2 sets of Monstrous rending claws. I know those are devours there, but I'm actually going to magnetize this guy soon. It's personally my favorite of my Flying Hive Tyrants, so it's been a while since I used him. Swarmlord in here as well. Sorry, and the Hive Tyrant also has the Resonance Barb, Psychic Scream, and Catalyst. The Swarmlord has Onslaught and Catalyst as well, just to get a little bit of extra insurance with that. In my troops, I have 10 Hormagaunts, 10 Termagants, and 10 Termagants. 6 Zoanthropes with Psychic Scream as their secondary. Then I have 3 Carnifexes, all equipped with the exact same loadout. Monstrous Scything Talons, the Devourers, Tusks, and sorry, not Tusks. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I used these guys. Enhanced Senses for 1, and then also the -1 to shooting, the Spore Cysts, that's what it's called, yes. So sorry about that. It's been ages since I brought the Carnifexes. So yeah, it's been a while since I played Tyranids, aside from the game I played against myself. But I brought a lot of units that I hadn't used in a long time just for fun. So we'll see how we do. I know the Necrons are a tough opponent. They've made an impressive stance on the channel already with the initial list that I've built. So very excited to see how I do with this Kraken Tyranid force. Right, so we rolled up. We're playing Scorched Earth again. I know we just played that one, but we're going to honor the random roll here. So Scorched Earth from the GT 2020 mission pack. Here's the table we're playing on. So modified a little bit from the last match that you watched, being that we're now going to use some trees. So the way this is going to work terrain-wise is that's just a triangle shooting through there. Will grant the benefits of the -1 to shooting. I can't remember the exact feature. And then same for here. So shooting underneath this Mechanicum terrain feature. We just put the trees around to further emphasize that. Aside from that, all the terrain is just obscuring. All the other trees that are just standalone are there for aesthetic purposes. But that's pretty much it. So a total of 6 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. So deployment zones are 12 inches from the center of the table. So that leaves with 10 inches upward because it's 22 inches for this side, this half of the table. So 10 inches up will be the deployment zones there. I chose Engage on All Fronts, Scramblers, and I went with Assassinate. There's 4 Necron characters, so I'm going to be flying at him with my guys. Hopefully my Carnifexes don't do me wrong here. The Necrons went with Vermin, which is their codex specific. That's wholly clearing units out of table quarters for points. Turn 2 onward. While we stand, we fight, which is the warriors, the spiders. It's kind of become a staple with this particular list, and also Assassinate as well. Just being that I have 3 characters, and it seems like a good one to go with. So we're gonna roll up now. Find out who gets to pick which deployment zone. We'll just grab a dice here for you, purple Necron dice. All right, so see who gets to pick the deployment zone. I have a 6 to your 4. So Tyranids get to pick. So we'll come back after we deployed and find out who's going first in this battle. All right, so we've gone ahead and deployed. I chose this side of the table just because I could hide a few of my guys. Looking at this line of Necrons, I'm thinking this might be an uphill battle, but I'm excited to see how it goes. Like I said, lots of Tyranid units that I haven't used in quite some time, so I'm just excited to get them on the table and hopefully they perform. But looking at my side, we got the 6 unit of Zoanthropes, 10 Hormagaunts, Hive Tyrant, Swarmlord, Gaunts right there, Old One Eye protected with his Carnifexes, and the other Termagants. On the opposing side, we have Scorched Lord, Destroyers, Spiders, Scarabs, Warrior Squad, Lord, Warden, other Warrior Squad with the other Scarab unit. So now the big roll of the game, we're going to find out who's going first in this battle. So we'll roll up 4 to a 5. Necrons get first turn. Not good for me. All right, so we'll come back after Necron moving. See what this looks like. Oh, I forgot to mention I have Murderous Size on my Tyrant as well. I didn't spend any CP. The Necrons have spent 1 for their extra relic, but back to 12. So 12 to 12 on the CP. All right, so that's movement done. So Veil of Darkness going off with these guys. So potentially in for some hurt with my poor Carnifexes. So the Ghost Reapers and the Chronomancer are landing there. These guys moved up over this way to kind of pose a strike and get ready. Spiders just moved forward with these guys, just kind of holding the objective there, just kind of getting positioned. Scarabs made a smart move over this way. He positioned these Scarabs in such a way that I can't advance my Zoanthropes over this way to smite in at these warriors, because these guys will take the hit, as well as these guys being out front, and in even position 2 of my Zoanthropes come out and around. These warriors are protected. So good play there. The only possible way I could get through that is if I just snapped with my Zoanthropes, killed all them, and then my Tyrant and Swarmlord moved this way to do smites at the warriors. But even then, that's a lot. That's a big ask. So good positioning. The Scarabs doing exactly what they need to do. So we'll come back after the shooting phase. All right, so that ends Necron's turn. So good start. Good start. Killed off one of my Carnifexes with these guys. Dropped this guy down to 3 wounds from the, I've been saying Aeon Staff, but it's the Entropic Lance on the Chronomancer. Aside from that, that was all the shooting. He spent 2 CP with the auto wound, or not needing to wound roll for the Aeon, or the Entropic Lance, and then 1 for the auto wound on 6s with the Warriors. So, not good for me, but definitely going to hit back, hopefully pretty hard here, ideally. We'll see what happens. So we'll move into Tyranids. Turn 1, no points being scored for the Necrons at this point, but we'll come back, see how it looks. All right, so that ends movement for the Tyranids. So Old One A and the Carnifex is obviously coming up. They got to deal with this blob. I moved and advanced these Gaunts up there to steal that objective from him. These Gaunts threw down Scramblers. These Gaunts moved and advanced. Hormagaunts moved over there, grabbed that objective. Swarmy and the Hive Tyrant moved over this way. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. The Zoanthropes came over to steal away this objective and then jump onto the Scarabs with all the smites that are about to come through. So hoping to clean up them with all of my Psychic stuff. And that's it. So we'll come back after Psychic and shooting and see how I do. Still got some Devourers to shoot over this way. So that ends my shooting. Killed off 5 warriors with the Carnifexes, but melee's where I'm hopefully going to shine. Over this way, I killed off 2 Scarab bases and 1 extra one with the smites from these guys. Failed Psychic Scream and then failed all my other smites. So, or sorry, all my smites but 1, and only did a wound. Swarmlord let the Hive Tyrant move again, so he jumped over this way. I was going to move the Swarmlord around and go for those two, but I think I'm going to come in, fight the Warriors there. Zoanthropes will go in at the Warriors as well, just to see what happens. I did give Onslaught off to my Swarmlord, so I can attempt a long haul charge over there. I mean, couldn't hurt. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. But for now, I am safe more or less from most shooting if I tie those Warriors up, being that the Warden is far away, so he can't fall back and let them shoot for now. So a little protected on that side, sort of. But we'll roll out some charges and see what the table is going to look like. So probably one of the worst combat phases I've ever seen in my life for my Tyranids. Of course, it's against my Necrons. So old One Eye here. I was the only guy that made it into these charges. I rolled for this Carnifex. I needed an 8 to make it in. Rolled a 7. Command pointed. Rolled a 7. This guy rolled a 5, and then old One Eye healthily made it, and he had a small charge anyway. I did a crazy amount of hits with my rampage with old One Eye. I think I got a total of like 9 hits or something. Like it was, sorry, not 9, 7 hits or something. Not 7. No. Anyway, I can't remember. A ton of hits. I think I got 4 extra hits on top of his 5 normal attacks. So yeah, 9, because I hit with all of them. And then I got all my wounds through, and then all but one of them stood up. I killed off a total of 2 guys, and then I killed off another one with the tail. Wild. So very fortunate for the Necrons there. Not feeling good. There is still some morale to do with that. But that's the story over there. A little sad. But that's Carnifex life. That's okay. That's okay. Over here, sort of feeling better. Killed off the Scarabs. Just going to pull that one out. The Swarmlord actually made the charge. I rolled an 11, and skirting just even around the trees, he got he needed 11, so he made it in, so really awesome there. He killed off 2 Scarabs with 1 standing back up with his attacks. That's how bad the rolling was there. And then these Zoanthropes didn't do anything. This Hive Tyrant, 4 hits, 4 wounds, all 4 of them stood right back up. A little sad right now. So I had to spend the 3 CP with the with Swarmlord to fight again, kill off them, use Overrun to run over this way, just so I don't get tacky on air, and then Swarmlord can come around and go character hunting. So he's got to be very careful with those characters next turn. But yeah, so in good position there. I mean, these guys can't fall back and shoot, but on a whole, really lackluster turn for the Tyranids. So scoring a total of 2 points for engage. 1 scrambler is down in my zone. Nothing for assassinate yet, but kind of getting set up. Kind of. So we'll come back after turn 2 Necrons. Necrons have finished moving, so we got ourselves a very interesting game. This is probably one of the coolest looking setups we've seen. So many other bat rep producers have constantly said that the 9th is really cool because everyone just kind of clashes around in the middle. So it's really awesome seeing all these guys coming up here, and just visually it looks very striking. So in the middle here, these guys fell back. The Chronomancer moving back. The Chronomancer also blessed these guys with the 5-up invul, and they're going to re-roll their charge rolls. The Spider's positioned to shoot at the Termagants or at old One Eye. This Destroyer Lord moving up there. Necron scoring 10 for primaries. Over this way, these Necron Warriors fell back, just so that way he can tacky on this Hive Tyrant. Just may as well, right, drop him down, because he's going to be threatening. If he can profile him, my movement will be severely reduced, and he needs to protect those 2. They're worth points. Warriors moved over this way because of my Zoanthrope, so he couldn't get around to grab that objective, but still the Warriors are positioned in such a way they moved completely roadblocked. Oops. The Swarmlord for coming through, so good play there, and then these Scarabs protecting their Overlords. So we'll come back after shooting and see how the Necrons do. So could be a big swing here, could be some redemption, maybe, we'll see. Right, so that ends the shooting phase. So the Spiders and the Destroyer Lord took out all the Termagants there. The Entropic Lance shot at old One Eye but missed. Over this way, Tachyon Arrow came in, hit the wound, or made the hit. Spent the CP to not have to roll the wound roll. Got him, failed my invul, re-rolled it, failed it again, used my catalyst, which I almost forgot about. Saved 3 of them. Then the Lord fired in. Sorry, the Warden fired in, did 2 more wounds. So dropping down to 7. So not profiled, but very close. So very fortunate for me there. So we got some charges coming at the destroyers, coming in at the old One Eye, and I think that's pretty much it. So, all right. So I mean, they're obviously going to make that. You want to quickly roll it up, unless you roll a double one, but you get to re-roll your charge roll because of the Chronomancer. Yeah, you're in. So we'll come back and see if old One Eye can stand up to the Scorpec destroyers. Old One Eye was taken out pretty handily with the Reap Blades. Took him out right away. Spent 2 CP to fight. Killed off 2 destroyers. Another one stood back up. No, sorry, I did 3 wounds in total. He rolled a 6, 1 passed, and then 1 dude stood up. So wild stuff there for the Necrons. Very, very good on that. So that is a character. So gaining 3 points for that. For table quarters wholly cleared, that would be just 1, so only 2 points for that one. And while we stand, we fight is still active on the table. So we'll come back after Tyranid's turn 2. It's not looking good, but over here, hopefully I can do some damage. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if I can claw back into this one. So we'll come back after Tyranid's turn 2. All right, so that ends movement. So my Carnifexes, got to move forward. Got some shooting. Hopefully can chip away at those warriors because they are with points. Over this way, these guys move into the neutral zone, threw down the Scrambler there, so that is done. Getting 10 points for my primaries, where I hold 3 objectives to his 3. Zoanthropes move forward with Swarmlord. Hive Tyrant jump back there, ready to hopefully take out that Royal Warden. So that's it. We're going to come back after Psychic and Shooting and see if I can claw back into this one. Shooting all done and Psychic all done. Killed off like 4 warriors there altogether. With the Carnifexes, Devourers over this way. Psychic actually being pretty decent. Killed off 5 of these Necron Warriors from the Zoanthropes. Then the Hive Tyrant killed off the Warden, so very good there. So we've got some big charges to roll up next. So we'll come back, see if that Tyrant can make it in at the Lord. And then obviously Swarmlord and the Zoanthropes are going to chip away at these guys. And then over here some Carnifexes are going to come barreling in as well. So we'll come back after that. So, yeah. So... This is not my game. Actually, had rolls been going average, if you'd have a tight game right now. It's not over. I'm not going to give up. But here's the story. So here, my Carnifex charge in my first one. 4 hits, 4 wounds, makes a 6 up. I kill off, yes, that's what it was. So 4 wounds, saves 2 of them because of the Chronomancer thing, and then kills off 2 of them. Rolls reanimation. A guy stands back up again. So that'd be 2 guys gone for all the reanimations they do. He interrupts play. A smart move there. I mean, I had to charge everything in. Kills off the other Carnifex, literally down to the last wound. Even the Reap Blades missed a lot, but then these guys killed him right down to the final wound. So, really unfortunate there. Yeah. Oh well. Over on this side though, Swarmlord came in, killed off 6 of them. And then the Zoanthropes, I think, killed off 1 more. We got to do morale here in a second. Over here, so here's the story. My poor Tyrant's down to 2 wounds. So he charged at the Overlord, did 4 wounds to him, passed all 4 except the 1-6 I rolled, so that'll be a flat 4 damage because I have Murderous Size and the Rending Claws, and then dropped him down to 1 wound. My tail attack failed. I decided to fight again, spent all my CP, hit and wounded with all my attacks, even down to 4 wounds, which I was at. He passed all his invuls, rolled my tail attack, and killed him, even with the CP reroll on his part. So, killed him with the tail attack to finish him off. Piled in to touch these Scarabs just to save them from, like, running over and getting near my Hormagaunts. And then they did 2 wounds to him. Or actually, they did 4 wounds to him. I failed all 4, and then my Catalyst saved me, so he has 2 wounds. So, yeah, really unfortunate. But for points, killed off the Warden and the Overlord, gaining me 6 points for that. I have engaged on all fronts still on 2 points for that, so still not out of it as of yet, but looking grim for the poor Tyranids at this stage in the game. So we'll come back after Necron's turn 3 and see what happens. Definitely strong presence on this side of the board, but we'll come back. All right, so Necron movement's done. The Destroyer Lord came over behind these guys. Necron scoring a total of 10 points for primary, so we have 3 each on the objectives. Spiders just shifted around, still holding that objective. Scarabs disengaged, came back over this way to shield off against everything. So the Necron warriors and spiders are protected. Warriors are staying in combat here. He debated pulling them out to grab that objective and just kind of move away. But he's going to go for the, hopefully, the odd chance that the Swarmlord and the Zoanthropes don't kill them, because if they stay alive in the combat there, that means my Zoanthropes and the Swarmlord won't be able to smite anything outside of the units inside there. So hoping to protect them a little bit. So that's it for movement. We're going to come back after a little bit of shooting, and then there's going to be a bunch of combats to continue on, some very important ones. All right, man, oh man. So fights are done. I only killed 2 guys, even with reanimations going out. The Swarmlord got 5 hits, then I rolled 3 ones for my wounds. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Then the Zoanthropes got a wound in, and he passed it. So, really hurting over there. However, the Carnifex killed off 2 guys before being diced up by those. So, that's something. That unit should be long gone, but reanimation holding them in strong. So, for points, getting 2 more for Vermin, so I am denying that quite well. Got 3 more for Assassinate as well. And While We Stand, We Fight is still on the table, but very weak with those warrior units. So, hopefully, I can clear them out. The Necron's down to 1 CP as well. I had none, so nothing to help for over there. Had I had 1 CP, definitely would have tried to get those wound rolls through. But it is now time for Tyranids' turn. It's only turn 3, so we still have time. But not getting in there is really going to hurt. So I'm definitely going to have to send my Swarmlord out, and hopefully the smite should finish them off. But we should be okay. All right, so we'll come back after Tyranids' turn 3. All right, so movement done. So really, not killing those warriors is really bad. Those Zoanthropes are still, just bump that there in engagement. So not killing them is really bad. I move Swarmlord over here. I'm gonna have to double move him, come around and charge into, I think, the warriors there and the scarabs. Then the plan is to kill off these guys in the psychic. Then I have 2 more turns of like psychic damage for these guys to float around. And I will be able to keep these guys alive here, even if the Scorpec guys come in. There's not enough attacks between all of them to kill all the Gaunts, I don't think. The Lord can come in, but with my Synapse range of Swarmlord, I should be okay, so that's the plan. Hormagaunts move over to take over this objective, and getting them in position to move into his zone next turn to get Scramblers done. Ideally, I was going to kill... Oh, it's tough right now, but... That's okay. So we'll figure it out here. So I think Swarmlord will come around. If I kill some stuff, I think I can consolidate into the warriors a bit more. I think the center of the table is there. We'll need to double check because I want to be in that quarter. We're in this quarter here. Maybe should have kept the Hormagaunts back, I think, a little bit. Yeah, so actually I think I'll adjust my move. Just looking at it now, talking through stuff. I think I keep them back a bit. That way they're wholly within this table side that's aligned there. And that will get me engaged for this quarter because the Swarmlord's going to leave, go over there, and then I got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, sorry, so a little adjustment there, but friendly game, so that's all right. So really talking through my mindset here, give you an idea. So on the back foot, hopefully still looking to make this a game. So a lot of fun here. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes up. However, we're going to go into Psychic phase now. Big one here for the Zoanthropes. Got 1 CP just in case. All right, we'll come back and see if I can take these guys out and... Yeah, so all in all, good Psychic phase. Killed off these guys, then used Psychic Scream since it doesn't need line of sight. Killed off a Scarab and a half. Swarmlord got Onslaught off, so he did a move in advance, got the 6, so came all the way over here. I was going to go for the Warriors. However, if I get over here, roadblock these guys, kill them, I can pile in over here, steal that objective, and deny him from taking this objective. So big roll. It's a 6-inch charge we measured up. So I'm going to roll it on camera here. I have 1 CP to go. He spent all of his CP trying to re-roll a deny to stop me from getting Onslaught with the Gloom Prism. So here we go. That's an 8. That'll do it. So Swarmlord is in. We have ourselves a game. So going in. There. All right, folks. We'll come back after the fight and see if I can do it. Folks, so it is a game here. It's certainly not over by any means. So Swarmlord killed them off, spent my last CP to re-roll the wound rolls. Thank goodness I did that because it needed to be done. He made 2 out of the 4 or 5 up involves he had to make with these guys having been blessed by the Chronomancer. Piled in here, he did 3 wounds to the Swarmlord, failing all my Feel No Pains, but I did deny that objective from him, so he's only holding 1 objective at this time. And the Necrons are centrally located here as well. So it's certainly not over. Still lots of warriors and Aeon staff sitting there, and spiders with full volume of shots. Necrons are back up to 1 CP, which can be used for some mortal wounds as well. So we'll come back after that. Necrons, turn 4. So let's move it down from Necrons, only scoring 5 points for holding that objective. 5-up invul was blessed from the Chronomancer onto the spiders. And we forgot to mention too, with those warriors dying off of their last turn from the Zoanthropes, that is a while we stand, we fight down. So let's take a look after shooting's all done. Everyone's just positioned to shoot into the Swarmlord. He is worth 3 points for him, my last character, but I had to do what I did sending him over. So we'll see if I can wither the storm. Tons of shots coming in. All right, so that is shooting done, dropping him down. So that is shooting done, dropping him down to 4 wounds between these guys. Combined fire between them and them. Spending the last CP to get those mortal wounds on 6s with the Mephrit strategy. So the spiders are charging in now. So they're obviously going to make it, I think, unless you roll a double 1 here. So you want to roll on camera to see. Don't roll a double 1, or they didn't make it. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, you're right. So spiders come in. Swarm's got 4 wounds. Can he make it? Warlord was taken out. Some abysmal rolling on my part on my saves. A total of 6 wounds came through. Only passed 1 of them. Or sorry, 2 of them. So taking 4 wounds on that 3-up. Then almost made it with my Feeling of Pains. Made 3 out of the 4 I needed to stay alive. Or sorry, 2 out of the 3 that I needed to stay alive. So Swarmlord's gone, did not blow up, so very unfortunate there. Had he have lived, that would have definitely, I think, secured the Tyranids' road to victory quite well. Now it's, once again, returned to an uphill battle, but definitely not over yet. Still 2 more turns of psychic shenanigans come from them, and hopefully steal some objectives. So we'll come back after Tyranids, turn 4. Movement is done for the Tyranids, scoring 10 more on primaries. Having hold 2 objectives. So I used my stratagem Metabolic Overdrive to get these guys over. I lost 1, which actually worked out because I needed to lose 1 to wholly fit within his deployment zone. It's right along there. And then I hold this objective, and then I can scramble. So scramblers are done in his zone. These guys moved in advance, got just enough to get a Zoanthrope up here. He can see through this window and see a warrior on the edge there, but cannot see any of these scarab swarms. So I'll be able to smite them. And then I am holding this objective. Everyone is just within 2 there as well. So chained along nicely. I mean, I have to do what I have to do there. And then over this way, not a whole lot that I can do. These gaunts moved out just to get some extra shots in those warriors if I don't kill them all. I mean, he can pull from the back, but it's either they're going to get attacked no matter what, so I may as well bring them out and see what happens. Maybe I could even charge into the spiders and just halt them from coming to steal my objective there. But we'll see. So we'll come back after Psychic phase, and that's pretty much it. So Psychic and potentially some shooting to see if I can eliminate those warriors. So the Psychic phase done, nothing happened. He denied the Gloom Prism, that 5 points paying off with this dude. Denied my Smite, and then I failed my Psychic Scream and no CP left. So, and I killed the warrior with the gaunts there. So that's it. So scoring a total of getting 10, I guess, completed for my scramblers. Not getting anything engaged. I had to put these guys over there, and these gaunts had to go that way. So there's no way I could get within 3 table quarters. I could, but then I wouldn't have had a chance to smite them. So that's it. So we'll come back after Necrons, turn 5. So that ends the game. So in the end, what happened in his turn, I know we're trying to jump ahead here. Scarabs charge in, finish off that gaunt. I needed that gaunt live to hold that objective into the last turn to get some more points. However, over on this side, what I had to do is I had to move the Zoanthropes over. I had to kill all those guys to deny him 5 points. Then I would have had to charge in there. These guys just moved out. Charge in and kill him, and kill him to get it 3 more points for that, plus 5 for the assassinate. So I mean, likely would have made the charge over there anyway. So Probably would have scored 5 points-ish there, but the end score is 57 for the Tyranids to 66 for the Necrons. So very tight game. So on a whole, just some poor dice rolling, unfortunately, for the Tyranids, and some fortunate dice rolling for the Necrons with these Scorpec Destroyers. On a whole, very great game on both parts. Not a lot, I think, I would have done differently with the Tyranids. Maybe a couple focusing a bit more on engage. It's definitely harder with the Necrons walking forward and kind of blocking zones out pretty well for moving. Probably should have held these Gaunts back. Had they had them back, there's a chance he could have failed the charge there. Actually, yeah, he would have. So yeah, you're probably saying I just realized I lost the game for myself. So again, or he's never played Necrons before. Been a lot of like helping with that. I wasn't even thinking coming out to shoot the Gaunts. Had I just kept those Gaunts back there, I completely forgot that these guys can't go through walls. But and so he wouldn't have been able to, actually, sorry, I'm mistaking myself. So to hold that objective, I actually had to have been within an inch of this. So in the end, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have been able to engage them, and between 2 turns of combat with the those guys, there was enough attacks for him to easily kill the so never mind. So I feel better now. I thought I just screwed up really bad. So yeah, with the objective right there to be within 3, I had to have a Gaunt right at the corner holding it, so he would have been able to get engagement range anyway. But yeah, so and then even if I did pull back to try and get engage, I still would have had wouldn't have had enough to get points there. And then his vermin, he would have denied him 2 points for the vermin as well, keeping a unit in this table quarter. However, still too far ahead at this point, so would have just made the margin a little smaller in the end. But on a whole, the Necrons had this game in the bag. So very well played on their part. Good game. Very excited to continue to grow the Necron force. I have 2 of the Shards ready, or just about ready, the Nightbringer and the Deceiver. So their force has grown a little bit more variety, plus we can get up to 2k now, which is nice. And it was a lot of fun getting a lot of Tyranid units that I don't normally bring out, that aren't as competitive, so they aren't featured in a crazy amount on my list. But I really do enjoy using the Carnifexes when they work, and Old One Eye is always a blast, except for when reanimation is very fortunate for the Necron. So that part hurt him, but he did his job. So good game. Hope you enjoyed this report. More Tyranids to be featured soon, as I am going to be attending a tournament in 2 weeks, so we'll have some reports on some practice games with Gord, if you remember him with the Space Wolves. So very excited to feature that.